Hello, professor and classmates from COM 101. My name is Susie Betancourt, and this is my presentation about El Grito de Dolores on Mexico's Independence Day, a Mexican tradition that resonates in the hearts of a nation. So let me ask you something. If I played this video, what day do you think this happened? That looks like fun, huh? Some of you, not many of you, some of you might be thinking this is from Cinco de Mayo, right? Well, Cinco de Mayo is not Mexico's Independence Day. There is some misinformation here in the United States that Cinco de Mayo is an Independence Day for Mexicans, and it's not. It's actually just a commemorative date, an important date, where Mexico won a battle against the French. That battle actually happened almost 40 years after Mexico had already gained its independence from Spain. And the video that I showed you is from El Grito on September 15th. So September 15th, is that Mexico's Independence Day? Not quite, but we're getting closer. Mexico's Independence Day is celebrated on September 16th. That's when the Revolutionary War started. Mexico officially gained independence from Spain on September 27, 1821, 11 years after the initial start of the war in 1810. September 16 marks the start of the fight, not the end. So much like the US, in Mexico we celebrate the start of the war. So let's talk about September 15. Why is it so important, and why do Mexicans celebrate even more on the night before of the Independence Day? Well, on September 15, 1810, the father of the nation, Miguel Hidalgo y Costilla, rallied the Mexican people, and he called up to them to rise up and fight against Spain to gain freedom and justice. It is a very powerful speech that he gave, and you might be thinking, why did they do it in the middle of the night? Well, because back then it was illegal to gather and to protest. It was such an important and powerful moment in American and Mexican history that this tradition has lived with Mexico for over 200 years now. El Grito de Dolores holds a deep emotional value for Mexicans. It symbolizes the courage, unity, and hope of the people who dare to fight for their future. Nowadays, the celebrations look a little different from what they did 200 years ago, but nonetheless, they're still very fun. We have parades all over the country. We have dances folclóricos, and we're just having fun with it. These celebrations start very early in our education. I remember going to school when I was in first grade and dressing up like them, remembering your favorite heroes from the independence. And of course, we can't forget about the good food and good music that they have. All of this culminates on the next day on September 16. So you can think about Mexicans wanting to party for maybe more than a couple days. Here's a fun fact about El Grito. The bell that is used now for the president, it's the same one that Miguel Hidalgo and Costilla used in 1810. It was moved from Morelos to the National Palace in Mexico. That picture that you see in the background, that's the National Palace of Mexico City. You're probably thinking, does Mexico have palaces? Yes, it does. Remember that Mexico was under Spain's domain, a monarchy, for 300 years, so they did build palaces. And now, every year on September 15 at 11 p.m., the president goes to the balcony and gives a powerful speech and remembers the heroes or the fallen heroes. And it goes something like, Viva Miguel Hidalgo y Costilla. And the people reply, Viva! So this year, the current president of Mexico, Claudia Sheinbaum, will be making history as the first female to deliver El Grito from the balcony in the National Palace. It is a very powerful moment in history that I'm looking forward to seeing. And so I leave you with one of my favorite clips that I found on TikTok. This is a celebration from the balcony, but then other countries have joined in support of the Mexico's independence, and they paint their buildings or their important buildings of colors. It is very pretty. Thank you so much, everybody, for watching. ¡Viva México!
territorio de los profundos.
Thank you for watching. Bye.